Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of this vanilla Let's Play series. And this episode is a pretty exciting one because we finally hit the double digits. And I don't know if we'll ever get out of double digits, but we've hit them and we're going to be in them for quite a while. I have a lot of big and little building plans for today, but you know what? Before we get into anything, I see something behind me. Do you see what I see? I see a hole in my roof, which means we probably had some pesky Enderman trouble. I don't know why they go around picking holes in people's roofs, but you know what? That's very rude, and I'm gonna have to go get some wood to patch it up. Oh, but look at this sunset. Isn't this so pretty? This is like my favorite thing about this map room is watching the sunset because you can see it through all those windows. It looks so pretty. Anyway, let's get some wood and patch this up, and then we can get into building. And where is that little hole? Here it is. Just need to put a slab right there and it's done. There's actually some details up here that you can't really see from the ground, so it's kind of fun. Let me see, what would be the best way to get down from here? Probably the way it came up. But now that that's fixed, we can actually get into what we're going to do today, and we're going to start things off with actually a suggestion that I got last time, and I didn't get around to doing it, and that's what we're going to spend this episode doing actually, is this suggestion. So I had this suggestion from Alderson the Destroyer last time to build a statue on the mountain, which, like I said, is something that I was actually planning on doing. And I've even designed a giant statue that we're going to be putting there. I designed it in creative, and it's going to be kind of a fun episode because I'm going to attempt to build a statue in the same way that my tutorials are done in layers. And it's actually funny because I've never actually tried doing one of my own statues in survival, so this is going to be fun. And I hope it will go very smoothly because I have my pictures all made and ready to go. I just have to follow them just like you would any of my tutorials. And I have a space I kind of started clearing out right here. I think I might need to clear it out a little bit more. I need to figure out exactly where it's going to be sticking out. But it's going to be kind of halfway in the mountain to start, and then it's going to gradually get away from the mountain to where it's going to be independent of the mountain, I guess. So I just need to figure out where is going to be a good place to start it. Probably a couple blocks out this way. It's also going to be very tall. It's probably going to be around 40 blocks tall. So 40 blocks from this level. So it's going to go well above the mountain or about the same height as the mountain. Alright, so I'm going to start with just the first layer for this, and I think I want to start it, I think I might want to start it right here on this edge. I just don't know which position I want to put it in. Don't know how close it will be to this tree. This is probably a good spot right here, honestly. So we'll start this here, and I hope I have plenty of space for this. I didn't really measure it out in advance. I just kind of made a design and I'm hoping that it will fit. So let's build out this first layer. It's pretty easy. Let's get this built in. One down, 39 to go. This is going to take a while. Alright, 10 layers down and like 30 to go. This is about 1/4 of the statue done. There's a lot of interesting shapes happening already, as you can see, but it's going to be super tall when it's done. I'm also really hoping it doesn't run into this tree because I didn't measure this beforehand. I think it's looking good so far though. I might do a quick little time lapse here as I finish this out because it's going to take me a while and it's going to involve a lot of counting, so it's not exactly something that you're going to want to hear me comment on. I'm just going to be counting blocks. So yeah, I'll be right back and enjoy this quick time lapse. This isn't taking me too long, about as long as I was thinking, maybe an hour or so. But I just have this one more layer to do to top off the head here. So let's get this in place. It's a good thing I didn't really record too much of this though, because it did take a lot of concentration. And no, I can't be out of blocks now. I'm so close to being done. I do have some slabs, but I need to save some of them for the top. Let me see if I can get my stairs in place at least. I have to put a stair here and a stair here. Let me see if I can't hack this a little. I just need to get the blocks on the edges. So if I can get these in place and that one, and then I can probably just take some of these middle ones, and I'm going to have the top in slabs anyway. I know the top is going to be slabs, so I can probably hack my way out of this mess. And oh no, everything's falling. I'm gonna have to go pick them up. I would love to be able to finish this without having to go down the whole thing one more time. So let's see if we can't do this. Okay, and I need a slab for most of these areas just to top it off. I just need one slab up here. 1, 2, 3. Do I have enough? 4, 5. Perfect! Yay! I used up like all of that cobblestone with one stair left over, but I think it's done. At least the statue part. There's still a little bit more to add, but I'm super excited. Let's get down off of this and see what it looks like. Let's see how tall we are first. We're like about the same height as the mountain, so I did plan this out pretty well to where it would be about that same height. Let's not break our necks and let's get down here. And let's go down this mountain and see what we have created. I'm so excited. I'm going to get a step back and then turn around to see the big reveal. Whoa! Ooh, it's so cool! I love it! Actually, I need to get another step back. Yes, I love it. There's my little elf girl. I say little. There's my big elf girl. She's beautiful. She's actually going to be holding a staff. I'm going to have to build the staff still, but I think it looks great. And I love the mossy cobblestone for the hair. I just think it really adds to it and gives it that foresty feel. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think of this, but you know what? Like I said, it's not done yet. She has her arm extended out because she is going to be holding a staff. So I'm going to have to make that out of something, although I don't know if I want to do it out of stone or if I want to do it out of wood. I'm kind of leaning towards wood just to kind of help it stand out as a staff, but then it really wouldn't match the rest of the statue. Well, maybe we should keep it stone, but maybe we'll use a different stone. What if we did it out of granite? Because that's kind of closer to the color of wood. It's not so white. Maybe we'll try that. We'll try it with granite and see how I like it. Let's see if I can't organize this stuff. I actually had made just enough mossy cobblestone. That is incredible because I have one stair left over. All right. Now here's the tricky part. We're gonna have to stack up here and see if we can't get up to her hand. And I think I know exactly how this is supposed to be placed. I just need to get up there. Oh, this is super high up. All right, so right on this corner here on her hand is where we're going to start the staff. So I think it's going to go maybe 3 or 4 blocks down, depending on what angle we want. Let's try it with 4 blocks and see how it looks. So I'm going to do 4 blocks down, then we'll just do a diagonal block, and then we're just going to do 4 more blocks, and then another diagonal, and so forth. So let's do 1, 2, 3. Then we have another diagonal. So let's see if we can't get that in place. And 1, 2, 3. And we'll just continue this all the way down. Alright, so gain a step back, 4 down on each diagonal. It was just about perfect because then it landed right next to her dress. If I wanted to change the angle of it, that would be easy enough, but I actually kind of like that one because then it doesn't look like it's going into the tree too much. So we'll keep that. Now I just need to get all the way up to the top again and add the top part of it. I was actually thinking about putting some kind of glowstone or something up there. I would prefer sea lanterns, but I don't have those yet. So I might just forego that for now, and we can add it later if we want to. Alright, I'm kind of confused. Where is the bottom of the staff? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so there's the bottom. The top is going to come out here, probably. And I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. This can have its own unique shape, I think. So I'm just going to kind of give it almost like a little hook type of shape. I don't have any stairs or slabs with me, so we're just gonna have to make do with what we have. Something like this, perhaps? It just kind of has a hole in the top of it. Alright, let's see what that looks like. I really don't know. Is that gonna be too straight? It might be okay, honestly. Let's just get down and see what it looks like, and then I'll decide. Yep, that's not too bad. It's not the greatest, but it's okay. It almost looks like there's supposed to be something inside of it. Maybe we will add something eventually. But I love this statue. I love how it turned out. And wow, it looks so good in this world. I actually want to take one more look at it from a distance. Oh yes, I love it. I love it. I could stand here and admire it all day. But you know what? We've got lots of other things to do, starting with that Basin Statue. I do need to clean that up a little bit. It's kind of sloppy around there. I think it looks so good though. Wow. It was worth it. Definitely worth it. So the more I look at this, the more I think I do want to make this a little bit longer. So let's try doing 5 tall diagonals instead of 4 blocks. Now let's take a step back and see how that looks. I think it will look better. Alright, yes, I'm glad I did that now. I'm probably gonna keep coming back to this statue in all honesty and just changing things up, even though it's basically done, but you never know. Now over here on this side, I think I want to carve into the mountain a little bit more, or somehow transition this a little bit better. It's kind of too straight on this edge. So let's just see if we can't fix this up a little bit. Just a little bit, doesn't have to be super crazy. Just enough to where it doesn't look like it's just stopping all of a sudden. I want it to keep going. I think anything we do will look better than what it was. Alright, I've messed around with this area quite a bit and added some grass, cleaned things up. It's really fine, so I think we'll call this done for the day. Now enough with the statue. There was actually something I started doing before I even built the statue, which I can show you now. I kind of started digging out a space for it. So back here on this mountain, I plan on doing a building inside the mountain right behind it, with a really nice entrance, of course, once we get it all done. I've already done all the tedious work of digging out a space. Now I just have to actually create the interior, if you will, because there really isn't much exterior to this. And this is going to be a library, at least that's what I'm planning on doing back here. So it's going to be filled with books. It's going to be the place where I keep my books and stuff, but it's also just going to be a cool place. I don't know. So that's kind of the rough idea. It's not exactly a building, as you can see. It's more like just dug into the mountain, but we'll want to clean up this mountain a little bit more, and we'll also want to get started with this, but it's not going to be something I'm going to be doing in this episode. We'll have to work on it in the next episode or next two. We'll see how long it takes. But for the rest of this episode, we will just get started with just some basic things. So we're going to start with some walls, and I was trying to make it as wide as I could, but then I kind of ran into these skylights that go down to my suggestion room, and I would have made this whole building taller too if it weren't for that, but we're just going to start here with a basic stone brick wall, and if we want to add embellishments or whatever to it later, we will, but this is just kind of like just to get me started. I just don't really have an idea in my head yet of exactly what this is going to look like. All I know is it's basically going to be floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, and that's as far as I got. Like I said before, I was originally intending this room to be as tall as I could make it, and then I ran into the issue of having the room below me that I didn't realize was there. But I think this is tall enough. I think it will work fine. If we do need to make it taller, I think I could probably shave off a couple more blocks off the ceiling, but it should be fine, I think. And the reason I wanted to make it as tall as I could is because on one end, on the entrance end, I want to have a little balcony kind of overlooking the rest of the room, so you're kind of walking in and then you just see this really tall room ahead of you. So it's just to kind of overlook the rest of the room. And on the other end, where the waterfall is, I want to do some kind of window. I haven't decided what kind exactly, if it's going to be like a stained glass window, or if it's just going to be tall, narrow windows. I'm not sure exactly, but it's going to be floor-to-ceiling window, basically, since it is really the only wall that's really exposed to the outside, aside from the entrance, which isn't going to have a giant window. But I'm just talking through all my ideas here. We'll probably be building all of this in the next episode, but it's fun to kind of talk through them, and if you guys have any other ideas for things we could possibly incorporate into this, I'm all ears. I really haven't thought it through, other than that it's going to look like a library with a lot of chests for my books. I'm going to be organizing all of my enchanted books in here eventually, because I'm actually running out of space in my little enchanted room. I do have books in there, but it's just not big enough for all the books I've been getting from AFK fishing, so this is my solution. And we are almost done with these walls. Just a few more blocks to place. And I think that's good. I think that's good enough. Of course, it's just a blank, boring wall right now, but it's a good start. And I thought there was scaffolding below me. Whoops. So now what I want to do is just see if I can't map out kind of what the entrance is going to look like. I think we can probably destroy this little wall. It's kind of in our way right now. So let me get this out of the way first. Alright, now I don't know about stairs yet, or the entryway, but this is going to be pretty high up to start. So let's see how high we want it. It's probably going to start maybe around halfway up, honestly, or about here. Is that going to be too tall? Or is it going to be fine? Because I'm going to have to make sure I have enough room on that side to get up to this point. Maybe we'll go one block lower. Let's do this. And we'll just mark this off with stone for now. So let's just build this all the way across. I think I'm not going to do anything fancy with the floor, at least up on this part. We'll probably do a floor maybe down there. But up here, it's probably just going to be stone, maybe with some carpet mixed in or something like that. This is all stuff we can think about later, but I like to talk about it now. Alright, so we've got our little entrance. It's going to come up to this point. We're probably going to have stairs that go around down the sides. We're probably going to want this to extend out a little bit. Like, let me see, how wide do we want these staircases? At least 3 blocks wide, so we want this to be kind of like a little circle. And it should be an odd number, so it should smooth out pretty nicely. Let's see if we can't get this figured out. So we've got 4 in the center. Oh, I think I did this wrong. This is supposed to be 3 on this side, 3 on this side. There we go. So that's about how we want it. Now let me get down from here and see how high that looks from the back. That already looks better to me, that height up there. So we'll keep that, and the rest of this, I don't think I'm going to delve into it too much for this episode. We can probably focus on the rest of this in one whole episode entirely. This waterfall, I don't know if I want to keep it here. I feel like it's going to just get in the way, so it's probably not going to stay there. But this is a good start for our library, and if you can imagine these walls covered in bookshelves, it's going to take a lot of books. And I have some I started to collect, but it's still quite a work in progress. Anyway, I think this will look great when it's done. And this whole area is really starting to come together. I did add a couple more custom trees there, and I want to add more. In fact, I actually went on a little bit of a tree spree the other day and was just building trees everywhere. Not nearly as many as I want. That's definitely a start. So we've got those 2 there. I have the new custom one I built inside underneath my portal tower, which looks amazing. This whole area is still a work in progress, but it's really coming together, and I love this statue. I can't get over it, guys. I think I'm gonna have to end it here though. I think we've done enough for one day. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and don't forget that if you have something you'd like to see me build, small or big, it doesn't matter what it is, I would definitely love to hear your ideas for what we could add. Maybe we should name the statue. What do you guys think? Should we name it? If we do, maybe you could give me suggestions for what we could call a statue. She's kind of like the guardian of my little base here. And maybe eventually we'll have some kind of villages or towns with their own guardians or whatever, but you know, that's just an idea. I'm just throwing it out there, not saying I'm going to do it. But I hope you guys did enjoy this episode for what it's worth. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye!